Reaction beginning to pour into this morning to this horrific crime spree, killing spree that's happened in our community. 6 people dead, 2 others injured, 3 shooting scenes in Kalamazoo County. And joining us now on the phone is State Senator Margaret O'Brien. Margaret, this is the community you serve. This is your area, an area you love to live. I'm just wondering your reaction to what has gone on in our community.
You know, I'm just absolutely devastated, dumbfounded. I think about all the families involved, and my heart just breaks for them. You know, they were just doing what we all do on a normal basis. You know, going and having dinner with a family, going and shopping for a new car, hanging out at your home. These are things we all do, and to have this happen, you know, you just can't wrap your mind around it.
Yeah, you really can't wrap your mind around it. I'm wondering if you have any advice. I imagine so many parents waking up right now with kids, with questions. Where do you go from here on something like this?
You know, first I'd say you hug that. We say a lot of prayers. And as this case unfolds, and I don't know if we're ever going to get a why or ever be able to understand it, but really watch those around us. You know, watch for people who are hurting. There's so much pain in this world. And you know, just treasure everyone who's around you and say a lot of prayers for these families involved. They're going to have a lot of questions, and they may not ever be answered.
Senator, on a political level, what kinds of discussions do you believe will be taking place at the state capitol after this horrific tragedy?
I imagine there's going to be a lot of conversations, but the most important thing is for us to let police uncover what they can uncover. You hate to have a conversation that doesn't have all the facts at the table, but I imagine there will be a lot of conversations of could this have been stopped, and that's where the police will play an important role. I don't know if they're ever going to be able to give us the answers that we need or we want, but it's going to be important to know the facts as we have discussions.
What really shakes you up so much about this story, I mean, 6 people dead is always unnerving. But the random nature of this people just in the wrong place, literally at the wrong time, apparently the alleged suspect not knowing many of the victims, this really strikes us right at our core, doesn't it?
You know, it does. It was at about 12:30 in the morning when my son, who's 19 years old and is staying over at a friend's house over on campus, and texted me and said, "Mom, turn on the news. There's something going on." And you think, what if that had been him and his friend going to a restaurant? You know, it really hits home, just the randomness about it, and what from a person that the police have said has no history of crime, seems like was an average person living an average life, and they do this. So, again, I think we watch for our loved ones, watch to see if there's anything going on in their lives, and making sure that we hold everyone a little bit closer today.
And Senator, as a local leader, you know, you have the power to pull this community together and to find some sort of positive out of all of this. Has that thought crossed your mind at all as to maybe what your future plans are for that?
You know, the first thing to do is to worry and pray for those families of all the victims. They have, you know, have to experience this last 24 hours, something that they never had dreamed of. Then the next thing I think we do is we have honest conversations. You know, we do so with just the goal of sharing our feelings, our thoughts, our fears, and we just treasure the people in our community and make sure we watch out for each other. We take care of each other. And if we sense that something's going wrong with somebody, that we ask, is everyone okay? Do they need anything? So I think, yeah, you know, we do have to rally together as a community. It's very important that we make sure that we constantly communicate. We don't isolate ourselves. We don't isolate others. And I think this will be a time for conversation to have about what we can do as a community to keep each other safe.
A lot of difficult conversations will be happening that are really starting this morning. State Senator Margaret O'Brien.